Michael Joseph, and I'm co-owner with my brother Joseph Tree Service, and I'm a firefighter for Columbus Division of Fire.
And I'm also a Columbus firefighter. I'm a lieutenant actually with the Division of Fire. My brother and I have been working together since we were little. We've always been working together.
I think it was about 7th grade we started cutting grass, and we cut grass together.
We had a small business in high school that we ran, a landscaping business. He's like, hey, we could start a tree service. We always liked climbing and always liked cutting down trees, thought it was fun.
When I got on Springfield Fire Department, he got on Columbus, and I said, let's start a tree service, because we occasionally remove trees, and they were very easy trees to remove, and we thought they were so much fun. It was exciting, it was exhilarating, and we thought that the schedule would be more conducive to doing the tree work.
When we were partnered together, we always felt like we were unstoppable in a way, and we always felt like we could do something great.
Yeah, we got into tree work, and then we realized that we didn't know what we were doing and we needed to educate ourselves. And that's when we started going to conferences and doing research and homework and educating ourselves to be safer and more proficient and educated.
We sat down and we said, you know, if we are disciplined enough to live off of our fire department salary and not take anything from the business, we can grow it into something.
For a long time, we finished work in Springfield, and I'd drive to Columbus, and Dave and I would do tree work, and then I'd drive back, and then we'd have dinner and relax, and then go to bed. I'd wake up real early and drive back to Columbus, and then I'd work all day.
Which I've always enjoyed work, so it was never like a huge sacrifice or something that I always felt like I was investing in something that was worthwhile.
When we reflect back on what we've done in the past, we definitely smile, and we're happy that we've made the right decisions. We've consulted people that are smarter than us for advice, and we've followed their advice, and we're starting to understand today why these people that are smarter than us said do this, and at the point in time it didn't make any sense to us why we should do that, and today it's starting to make more sense of why we should do X, Y, Z.
I think the best thing about Dave and Michael, or the thing that got me to stay the longest, was just the brotherhood mentality, or the family connectedness that we've always had since day one. And I think that's one thing that sets us apart from Charlie Chainsaw. Charlie Chainsaw, to me, is just somebody that's going out there to do it for money, or to make ends meet, or to just put food on the table. I do this because I love what I do. I thoroughly enjoy climbing. I enjoy that risk. I enjoy the thrill. I've always been a thrill seeker. There's inherent risk in what we do, but we try to mitigate that as best as possible by training every day, by hiring the right kind of people. Dave and Michael are like my brothers, like we said, and there isn't one guy that we have that works for us that I wouldn't go to bat for on any day of the week, and hopefully they say the same about me.
When I started working for Mike and Dave, you just immediately kind of get a grasp of what they're about and what type of people they are, and I've always looked for that. That's how I was raised, to look for good character in somebody, and it's hard to find these days, and I think Mike and Dave couldn't exemplify it any better than they do. When you say you love trees, I think people kind of look at you and give that old traditional reference of a hippie or a tree hugger or whatever you want to call it. But to say that I love trees would be, I would say, an understatement. I grew up around them. Working with Joseph's, I think it gave me a good opportunity to not only spread education and knowledge about trees and what they can do for us, but also kind of create that harmony between having to remove trees and plant trees, and spreading the education about arboriculture and what it can do for us.
I think we have some really good people that work here. We have a lot of part-time firefighters. We have really professional personnel. We have a lot of training. We all get along really well. So yeah, I think it's the people that make us a good company. People really care for their trees on their property, and it means a lot to them.
You know, I can walk around a property on the ground and look up at the trees and see certain things or think I see certain things, but not until you're in that tree, climbing it, analyzing it, can you really have a perfect picture of what you're looking at. And our guys on our crews, we have at least one, if not two, sometimes all three guys are arborists. And that way, when they're there on the job, if I've missed something or they get in the tree and they see something, they can let me know, we can let the customer know that they have an issue that needs to be remedied, they have a hazard, they have a safety problem, or the opposite. We can be like, it's not a problem, it's not a concern, you don't need to spend money here, you can save money here. So we just feel like that's really valuable, and we feel like it completely separates us from our competition. I haven't researched it, but I do not know of another company that operates that way.
Like, our goal when we finish the job is just to feel that people have spent their money well. And then when they write that check to us, they were like, that money was very well spent. Like, I felt like I received an education about my tree, and I feel that these people did the right thing. And
they were nice, they were very caring, they're not gonna do something we didn't want done, or they won't do anything that they didn't think was necessary. And when they are finished, you don't even know they've been there. Besides your tree is gone, they clean up perfect.
When they come out and tell me what needs to be done, they don't even need to give me a quote. Just give me a bill when you're done. That's how much we trust them. It's not a big deal. They wouldn't overcharge you.
They have taken care of countless properties for me, and it's probably anywhere between 50 and 75 properties, one to multiple trees on each particular property. They did such a good job. I was so comfortable with everything they did. They actually came out to my own home and removed a tree there as well.
They are professional. They have been doing this a long time. They care about your property. They're polite. The crew that comes make sure they introduce themselves to you and they tell you specifically what they're going to do.
But they are very knowledgeable of what they can do, and like I say, they're not going to do something just because they want to take your tree down. They're going to try and save it or do what you want to do. And they never pressured us into anything.
And you do feel comfortable with them because they're not just coming out and saying, okay, I want to cut your trees down. You pay me your money. That's not what they're here for. They're here for as a service.
They come in with their equipment and basically 2 cuts and the tree's gone. One in the middle, and then they hoist it up with a crane over the wires. They lay it down very carefully in the street and 4 guys go after it there. It's gone immediately and cleaned up. And then while they're doing that, there's another cut made on the bottom and the tree's gone. They were literally here and gone in probably an hour and 15 minutes.
It is amazing that but they know what they're doing. And they have all the safety equipment and all the harnesses, and they do everything right. So they're not out there taking chances. They're not gonna get hurt.
You're gonna love these guys because after they come to your house, you're not gonna know they've been there. I've never seen somebody clean up as well as they do. I mean, they clean up our yard better than we clean up our yard.
When they leave my yard, I don't even know that I've had any work done. They sweep, they rake, every little limb is picked up and carted off. So it's just great. It's wonderful.